Hey, what is up, everybody? We split it even yesterday. We went 3-3 on our picks yesterday. I ended up giving you guys a total of 6 picks. I'm very upset about yesterday. I posted my video at 2 o'clock, and it did not post till literally 7:30, right when the game started. Very frustrating. Like I said, I don't have the greatest Wi-Fi down here sometimes, and sometimes it's hit or miss with the Wi-Fi when it comes to uploading a video. And yesterday, we missed big time. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and stuff like that. I did post it in a community post, what my plays were yesterday. I also threw it up on Instagram. So make sure you guys follow me there. I ended up doing an NHL slip and an NBA slip. I did 2 separate slips. My lock of the day was Darcy Kuemper, the Avalanche's goalie, going under 28.5 saves. That one did hit for us. That one was our lock of the day. He did end up going under, even though that game went to overtime. That was a wild game, by the way. While there's blowouts and really bad games happening in the NBA, there's been some fantastic games in the NHL. That was a crazy game yesterday between the Avalanche and the St. Louis Blues. They were able to come back and win it in overtime. They scored with like 56 seconds left. It was pretty wild. PJ Tucker was my favorite play of the day for the NBA yesterday. He would go over on his 5.0 rebounds. I think he nearly got double-digit rebounds yesterday, even in that blowout. So he did cash for us. We did do the Jimmy Butler over Jaylen Brown rival. Straight up more points. It was looking good early, but then Jaylen Brown kind of took over there towards the end of the game. Kind of the whole Boston team took over towards the end of that game, and Jimmy Butler ended up only finishing with about 11. Marcus Smart just didn't really get involved at all. Really at all. He didn't score. He didn't rebound. He didn't assist. He really did nothing yesterday. It was kind of the Tatum and the Brown show yesterday. So bummer there with Marcus Smart. And the time I go under on Vladimir Tarasenko, he ends up having 2 points in his best game of the entire playoffs. So that is unfortunate there with Vladimir. And then Nathan MacKinnon was our last play of the day and our last hit of the day. We had him going over on a 0.5 assist. He would end up getting that assist and end up having a whale of a game. I think he had 3 goals and an assist. So he had a massive game, did Nathan MacKinnon. But today, that's going to be our recap from yesterday. Today we are going to get into some more NHL plays. I got a couple of NBA plays that I'm really liking, but probably going to get back into that NHL plays because those have been hitting a lot more for me lately because those games have just been, frankly, a lot better than the NBA games. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure that you there's a link down in the description I have that automatically takes you to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy. Also throws in my TAKEMYSHOT code when you guys sign up for that. So when you make your first deposit, it helps me out big time, as well as it gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you throw in $20, for example, you'll get actually $40, and they'll give you another $20 free just to bet on for funsies, a little risk-free bets for fun. And so that is always nice as well to get those risk-free bets. Also helps me out, like I said, big time if you guys use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Because all my picks every single day are always going to be Underdog Fantasy picks. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. With that being said, now let's get to today's picks. Boom! Alright, coming in hot with today's lock of the day. And I'm going to actually double down. I'm doubling down on Stephen Curry over 27.5 points. He averages 29 in closeout games. In his 2 closeout games, we talked about this the other day, in his 2 closeout games he's had this year, 30 versus the Nuggets, 29 versus the Grizzlies. Think about it. Golden State, ever since they got into the Chase Center, they haven't been able to get in the playoffs, right? Injuries, everything kind of happening there with the Warriors. They've been kind of down the last couple of years. Closeout game, Chase Center. They can hoist the Western Conference Final Trophy in the Chase Center. I mean, how much more storybook does that get, right? Sure, maybe they kind of were lackluster last game. Maybe they kind of played that one off because, hey, why not just hoist it at the Chase Center, right? There's no way the Mavs win this game today. I'm liking Steph Curry to go absolutely bonkers today. His line is still once again at 27.5. No way the Mavericks make 23s again. And even if they do, I think the Warriors will have a lot more fight at home this time around. So I like Stephen Curry today. I'm doubling down on the lock of the day because he was a lock of the day back on the 24th, 2 days ago when they did play. I'm gonna double down on it. Stephen Curry over 27.5 points today versus the Mavs to have the big closeout game in the Chase Center to send them into the NBA Finals. All right, next up, we are going to be going with an Edmonton Oiler. We're actually going to take his under. We're going to go under on NugentHopkins, under 2.5 shots today. Here's the thing with Ryan. He is an older fella on this team for the Edmonton Oilers. They're up 3-1 in this series, okay? There's a lot of offensive firepower on this team between, obviously, the MVP frontrunner Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Zach Hyman, Evander Kane. There's a lot of guys that are taking a lot of shots, especially in this closeout game. I'm anticipating those stars of this team to end up taking a lot of those shots. The last time that in their last series versus the LA Kings, they did go 7, and in that game 7, he took a shot. One shot in that series. I'm expecting in this closeout caliber game today again for him to just take one shot. They are the underdog today, as they are on the road versus Calgary today. But I'm expecting Connor McDavid to have an absolute show today. Evander Kane, Leon Draisaitl, looking for these guys to step up, which takes the opportunities away from Ryan. He has gone over in 6 of 11 games, but he has only gone over in 1 out of 4 games. That last game he had in Game 4, he absolutely blew up. He did have a big game in that one. He did have 5 shots on goal and had 2 goals in that one. But I'm expecting him to take take a step back. Pivotal game for them to try to close out this series. So expect these stars to be taking a lot of shots today, taking a lot of shots on goal. So I like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins under 2.5 shots today. And next up, like I was saying, he is an MVP finalist. We're going to be going with Connor McDavid today, over 4.0 shots. He's hit this line 6 out of the last 7 games and has only missed this line 1 time in this series. Absolutely, ever since they've gotten out of that first round versus the LA Kings, he has absolutely turned up his shot counts, looking like 6, 6, 5, 5, 3, 4, absolutely turning up his shot totals. So I'd like the chances again. A closeout game here. In that last closeout game versus the LA Kings, Connor McDavid took 6 shots in that game versus the LA Kings when they closed out them in Game 7. In the prior closeout game to that, he took 6 shots. In the prior closeout game to that, he took 5 shots. So in 3 closeout games versus the LA Kings, he absolutely took a lot of shots on goal. I like the chances again for Connor McDavid to go over 4.0 shots today. So lock that one in as our last play of the day today. Alright guys, so that means it's time for our perfect 3 slip. Give us the lock of the day, which is an NBA play. Give us Stephen Curry over 27.5 points. Next up, give us Connor McDavid over 4.0 shots. And give us Ryan Nugent-Hopkins under 2.5 shots today to round out our perfect 3 slip today. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Sorry for a little bit of a later post today. Again, and just like yesterday too, it won't be out by 7 today. It'll be out earlier today. But when I'm trying to play NHL lines, they don't put out the NHL lines as quickly as they put out the NBA ones, right? Like tomorrow's games is already out, I'm pretty sure. They don't put out NHL lines that fast, so you gotta kind of wait a little bit. Like I start recording about 7 o'clock in the morning, but they don't put out NHL lines a little bit later, so I have to wait for those NHL lines to come out, right? So that's why it takes me a little bit later to get this video out. But I'm loving these 2 NHL plays. Ryan should take a step back today. Connor McDavid should step up big in a closeout game, as well as Stephen Curry in a closeout game at home in the Chase Center. Give him his Western Conference Finals trophy. Give him his Western Conference Final MVP, as he absolutely puts a bomb today on the Dallas Mavericks. Lock it in today as our perfect 3 slip, and we will go to the bank with that one. Catch you tomorrow. Peace.